What is up, crypto gang? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack cryptocurrency and blockchain education. If you guys are brand new here, we do a small little NFT giveaway at the beginning of every single episode, and today's winner is Faith Williams. Thanks so much for commenting on the previous video, Faith. Just sent you a wax NFT. If you guys want a chance to win, like this video, be subscribed, comment about the subject that I'm going to be talking about in this video, and leave your wax wallet address below. Now, on this special episode, I'm going to be going over Gala Games. Now, as a full disclosure, Grow Your Base, the company that I'm a co-founder of, we bought up a bunch of these nodes, and we are very supportive of the Gala Games team and everything they're trying to do with decentralizing this infrastructure underneath gaming. But this is not a sponsor review. I just like the team. I like supporting projects like this that are very innovative. And also, I love staking. The first thing that I wanted to highlight about Gala Games is the fact that they are going for gaming. Obviously, it's in the name. But gaming, as I've said many times on the channel before, I believe to be ground zero for a lot of mainstream adoption. Virtual currencies have existed for as long as video games have existed. So people are familiar. They're less hesitant to adopt a virtual currency outside of a game because they've used it multiple times to actually get things that they see as valuable within these games. So crypto comes very natively to a lot of gamers. So I do believe that something like Gala Games really pioneering this decentralized way of supporting a game in the future is going to be how this play-to-earn model really plays out. Now, the first component to Gala Games is nodes. Now, I know a lot of you guys are miners and stakers out there that have been on the channel for a long time, and I have some exciting series coming up with Energy Core and things like that I'm really excited to talk more about in the coming weeks and months here. But ultimately, with staking and these nodes for the Gala Games platform, they are trying to eventually get to a completely decentralized hosting project. We're going to get to the position where they don't even need these platforms like an Amazon hosting service. They can literally be hosted entirely by these nodes that are owned by the players themselves. A big controversy within gaming that has come up a lot recently with the popularity of NFTs popping up has been about ownership of in-game assets. Now, currently, if you were to go on and play something like Fortnite and you got a bunch of the skins that they have available in Fortnite, you don't technically own those. Those are owned by Epic Games, that is the company that developed the game. So when you buy those, you are purchasing something that can be operated within the game. But let's say tomorrow, all of a sudden, Epic Games implodes and Fortnite disappears, so do those skins. Now, what Gala Games is really doing a great job of messaging here is that not only do you fully own those in-game assets that are on the Gala platform, but you're going to be able to transfer them over to other games. For example, I get a sword in a game that is built using the Gala Games platform, and I want to transition that over to something that's built over in Sandbox, let's say. Having those two talk smoothly together, a game within Sandbox and a game with Gala, and those go back and forth, I think that that is ultimately a both players win scenario, and those players being the game developers, I mean. So when you have the game developers that are constantly trying to get people to engage, they're trying to get people to earn different in-game currencies, now they can actually earn the way within one game and another way in another game, which has never existed before. Part of the reason I don't think this has existed in the past because you have like PlayStation, Xbox, and these different silos. I wanted to jump into first the triple proof node system that Gala Games is developing. There's a proof of work node system that they are working with that has 50,000 founder nodes, and this is going to allow people to unlock special rewards and things like that within the game, different NFTs in the games. And then you have your proof of stake, which is your paid nodes. This is where you can go on, purchase them using Ethereum, and you can obviously participate in the governance of the game itself, and you're able to earn rewards. This is like rent that you'd be collecting from within the game. You're going to be able to participate in the ecosystem using this node. This pretty much makes you a voice within the ecosystem, and it is empowering the players. So if you really love a game that's being built with Gala, you're able to actually have a voice heard and participate in the governance of the game itself. Now, this plays into the play to earn model that I'm really obsessed with and I've been researching a lot on, and Grow Your Base has been doing a great job of really on the bleeding edge of the play to earn games out there. Play to earn model at its core is essentially smart contracts that are being used to collect these different rents from land within games or different assets within games. With these paid nodes, it's essentially buying a license up front, and then 100% of the rent is going to be paid in Gala and NFTs to the owner. Now, this is something where you're able to participate in the ecosystem by having this node. Now, the third part here is the free nodes. Now, this is where effectively things get completely decentralized and storage happens on these different nodes. These are being between the proof of stake and the proof of work nodes, and they're free for people to participate in, but ultimately you are supporting the network here. And the goal is to migrate away from centralized services like Amazon S3, where they're hosting these games and technically they could pull the plug and end the game at any point in time. We look at Gala Games through a game theory lens. I see it as a cooperative game. People are working together to have one payout. And I think that this type of concept where everybody's running these different nodes, these proof of work nodes, these proof of stake nodes, and they're moving towards this storage concept of being completely decentralized and effectively unstoppable by these Amazon S3 type hosting services. What you have is you have a cooperative game. People are all working together towards one mission of ownership within this game. They're making cash flow from Gala that's being produced by their nodes. And I see this as a cooperative effort. Everybody gets their payoff, and it is, in my opinion, the way that different games should be designed in the future, because you have the players themselves with ownership. They are the infrastructure holding these nodes that are producing rewards for them. And ultimately, the game theory, I think, is sound enough that people are going to stick around, play the game, build games for Gala, and having these different types of nodes supporting all different types of in-game assets that are swapping back and forth between these different types of platforms like Sandbox, Crypto Voxels, Decentraland, all these different places where games are going to be built. You're going to have this on and off ramp of in-game assets. So one of the core philosophies of Gala Games is that you own your own content. This goes to the skins concept that I was talking about earlier, where essentially they want to open the door, they want to blow the door off of the possibilities of this space, where as long as you have this decentralized layer below and people own these in-game assets, of course other people could develop games that these assets could participate in. The second key philosophy that Gala Games follows is owning the roadmap. This is the ownership by the players, and there are going to be voting mechanisms put in place for all of these node operators. The really interesting thing about this is that having the players control the roadmap and the node operators controlling the roadmap really gives power to the players, and ultimately it is going to be community driven. Different distributed voting mechanisms that are going to come out will be very interesting to watch how that plays out with all these different node operators suggesting things. And if you go on to the homepage on the Gala Games homepage that will be linked in the description below, you can see that there's over 8,500 nodes right now, which is kind of mind-bending to see. So there are 3 different games that are being developed on Gala. The first one is called Townstar. It's kind of like a roller coaster tycoon style construction game that's pretty sweet. And then you have the Mirandus, that is a very cool fantasy RPG game. Each one of these have these really cool in-game assets that are totally worth checking out, and you can see the price and relative to Gala as well as ETH on there. Last game is called Fortified, and this is like one of those tower defense games where you have to defend your tower. So you have your simulation, you have your fantasy RPG, and you have your tower defense as the first 3 that are in development. There's currently a beta for the Townstar game, but I'm really interested in seeing all the different types of in-game assets that are going to be available in these different types of games. So ultimately, to set up a Gala node, it is very, very easy. You simply go on to the platform, you can purchase it directly there, you can manage it from your home computer or your desktop. You don't need anything super fancy. There are a couple important pieces here on the tech side that are important to mention, but I'm not going to go too much into detail here because I don't want people to get lost in the details. They just need to go check out the simple part of downloading the node and getting it all set up. But the treasure chest is what allows people to fully own their NFTs and their Gala. These are the things being produced by the staking that's taking place with their node. So the treasure chest is a very important part to decentralization, as it's kind of that core piece that allows people to collect these different assets. So the governance-based random distribution algorithm is still in the works, but essentially what it is doing is it's randomly going to be distributing the NFTs to the different nodes in a very, very authentic and fair manner. So it is very early on with that concept, but I did want to bring it up. And you have the public database and easy to access endpoints. And this was actually galabase.io really pioneered this, and they developed it outside of the team at Gala. This team actually just deployed this really cool analytics style site that's definitely worth checking out, and I will leave a link to that also in the description. And that's the kind of final piece of this video. I didn't want to go too much into the weeds here, but a lot of people are going to find a lot of value out of these nodes and just really being part of what the future of gaming could be. So that is it for this episode. If you guys like it, slap a like. If you guys are interested in Gala Games, the links will be in the description below. And I will see you guys on the next episode of Hack Crypto.